Welcome to episode 95. Garrett Camp, the founding of Uber, and the richest Canadian self-made billionaire. This is an outline of episode 94. There are two reasons why we study Garrett Camp. First, in 2017, at the age of 38, Garrett Camp is the richest self-made billionaire from Canada. Second, he's the co-founder of Uber, the biggest e-share company in the world. Garrett Camp was born in Calgary, Canada in 1978. Both his parents are entrepreneurs. He remembers his parents never hold a 9-to-5 job. In 2000, he earned his degree in electrical engineering from the University of Calgary. In 2002, while a graduate student in software engineering at the University of Calgary, he co-founded a web discovery site called StumbleUpon. In 2006, he moved to San Francisco after he attracted the funding from angel investors. StumbleUpon grew quickly to 25 million users.
And then people, as they're stumbling, will then see one of these kind of ads, in between other stumbles that they get. And the nice thing about it is that people can then rate the advertising, so it gives feedback to the advertisers whether or not people like the product or service. And also, there's no click-through required, so it's really suitable for kind of products where people don't click on text ads inside of Google video interface.
In 2007, he sold StumbleUpon to eBay for $75 million. He had become an overnight tech millionaire. The other co-founder of Uber, Travis Kalanick, also sold his startup Red Swoosh for $17 million in 2007.
Canadian-born Garrett Camp was a successful entrepreneur living large in San Francisco. But Camp was growing increasingly frustrated with a taxi service.
I was just stranded on the curb in San Francisco so often that I just got sick of it. And
you just kind of got pissed off.
I tried Taxi Magic, it was okay. Cabulous wasn't very good, so I just was like, all right, we gotta make our own.
And to think that this global revolution was inspired by a James Bond movie. In 2008, Camp was watching Casino Royale when he noticed James Bond use a cell phone to track the location of a car. And that's when he thought to himself, how cool would it be if I could push a button on my phone and watch my cab arrive? The idea of an on-demand cab service, Uber, was born.
Originally, the new company was called Uber Cab. Travis Kalanick's contribution was not to purchase fleets of cars, but sharing cars, making Uber more affordable both for the drivers and for the riders.
Don't do it, because I was just very against owning the assets, hiring the driver.
Since Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp both started Uber part-time, Kalanick quickly hired their first full-time CEO, Ryan Graves.
Responded to my email address that I had posted in that tweet, said something like, bold response, what's your story? And so I kind of pitched him over email, and then we hopped on the phone that night and just talked about the idea of Uber Cab at the time, which was Garrett Camp's kind of concept and what the idea could potentially become. Certainly had no idea that it would become Uber that it is today, and clearly recognized that both Travis and Garrett are guys who have had past kind of entrepreneurial successes and the types of folks that I wanted to work with to kind of learn from. And
Uber quickly moved into the taxi business with plenty of fights with taxi drivers and local legislators.
Just sparked the initial fire in a man who would go on to torch the entire taxi industry. Sidestepping laws, challenging outdated regulations, and employing black hat competitive strategies in a relentless effort to grow. Globally, the taxi industry has responded with violent protests, blockaded roads, hooliganism, and vandalism in a fight to protect their livelihood.
Kalanick would be the most charismatic and combative CEO of modern times. Under his leadership, Uber expanded rapidly into 570 cities around the world. Garrett Camp began to retreat to the role of an advisor.
Now, was autonomous driving in that deck? Did you predict autonomous driving in 2008?
That's all Travis. That's all Travis.
Okay.
No, I mean, definitely Travis. Things like Pool, things like ATC have all been things that Travis pretty much led the initiative on. Yeah.
So how did you divvy things up with Travis in terms of your fields of expertise?
Well, I was really involved at the very beginning. I mean, I started the company in the end of 2008, pretty much. 2009 was pretty much prototyping it. Travis started part-time. And then Travis took over. I kind of handed the keys to him in 2010. So I was very involved the first couple of years, and the last few years I've been more just more of an advisor and on the board. So yeah, he took the lead in 2010.
In 2013, Cam retired from the advisory board of Uber and founded Expa.
I wanted to ask about Expa. B?
Yep. Yeah, so I mean, basically Expa is like, I think culturally we're a product design firm. Under the hood, we're a private equity firm, but we're kind of meshing those two concepts. So instead of like a traditional venture investor where you're sort of waiting for something to be created and then you invest in it, most of the things we're working on are ideas of me or one of my partners. So we've come up with about 10 so far that we're kind of working on. Some still haven't been announced. But basically these are ideas that we really like, ideas that we're excited about. We haven't seen anything out there that we like as much, so we want to do it when I kind of create it ourselves. So the same sort of thing that motivated me with StumbleUpon or Uber, like creating a product that I personally want to use.
In 2013, he received the Disruptor of the Year award. He is now Mr. Hammer.
How did you deal with that resistance?
I think my co-founder would actually answer that a lot better. I'm mostly focused on the design of the product.
Don't let the facts get in the way.
But if I had to answer it, I would say I think if you build a product that will help everyone, I think even if it's kind of different, after a little while they'll realize it is actually quite helpful to them. And I think this is actually, in our case, employing a lot of drivers and creating a lot of jobs. So I think that once people realize that, they start to kind of be okay with it.
Well, feel free to use the hammer with any other resistance that you get.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What have I learned today? First, Garrett Camp is a true serial entrepreneur. After the successes of StumbleUpon and Uber, he is now founder of Expa. Of course, he made his fortune south of the border in sunny Silicon Valley. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your comments and questions below. My next video will be Garrett Camp 7 Lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.